Stranger Than Fiction number 11, So Young by Clyde Stacy. Recorded in May of 1957 at Oral Roberts University Studio, Tulsa, Oklahoma, it featured Clyde Stacy on vocals and rhythm guitar, John D. Leven on lead guitar, Rick Heilertz on bass, Bill Talbot on drums, and with the addition of Patricia Payton on sensuous female narration. So Young was a cover version of Dave Lowe's April 1957 Liberty Bell release, which sank without trace. Robert Wagner, the actor, on Liberty, and then the Clovers on Atlantic also covered the song. It was paired with Hoi Hoi, a 1953 Little Johnny Jones Atlantic release. The pairing peaked at 68 on the Billboard Hot 100. On a visit to Great Portland Street Record Fair circa 1980, I bought a copy of Clyde Stacy's Hoi Hoi. Released on Candlelight Records on the 1st of June 1957. I was surprised to find that what I thought was the A-side was in fact the flip side, and So Young, an atmospheric haunting teen angst ballad, was the plug side. I quickly became entranced and captivated, playing it over and over again repeatedly. Wild Love by Joey Castle pretty much had the same effect on me at the same time. The song came up in discussion with Mark Lee Allen about a year ago. He asked me, do I know the story behind the song? Well, this is that story. Dwight A. Sherman wrote the song while on trial for murder. On the 21st of October 1956, 25-year-old Dwight A. Sherman was charged with first-degree murder for shooting 20-year-old William Lloyd Armstrong during an informal party at Armstrong's home at 2215 West Osborne, Phoenix, Arizona. Dwight and William were close friends, having met at Phoenix College. They even vacationed together. Dwight and his 14-year-old girlfriend, Carol Ann Carlock, a West Phoenix high school student, were invited over to meet two new friends, sisters Julie and Darlene Emerson, aged 16 and 14. John Armstrong, younger brother to William, stated that Sherman and Carol arrived at the house but had sat in the car kissing before entering the home. They'd bought a guitar and wine with them, which they offered to William and John, but both had refused. After a while, Dwight took out and placed a .38 automatic pistol on the table in the living room. Julie Emerson began playing the guitar while all the others sang You Are My Sunshine. Dwight toyed with the weapon while sipping wine, emptying and reloading the clip. He then pointed the gun randomly around the room. He raised the gun above his head, then lowered it with his arms extended in front of him. He aimed it at the back of William's head from a distance of roughly 4 feet for several seconds. Then the gun went off. Sherman sat back and Bill slumped over in his chair. John said Sherman showed no emotion on his face as I walked over and took the gun from his hand. Dwight stated that he brought the gun to the house because he intended to hunt rattlesnakes with William and John by flashlight later that night. The three men had on several occasions gone to the desert to shoot guns. Dwight had instructed the brothers on all aspects of gun safety. He was a 4-year veteran of the US Air Force and experienced in handling firearms. Dwight stated it didn't occur to him to unload the gun until after he entered the house. The gun went off and jerked. I was shocked and wondered how I was going to explain the hole in the ceiling, he said. I didn't know William was hit until the girls started screaming. During the preliminary hearing, evidence of a love triangle was given. William and Dwight's 14-year-old girlfriend, Carol, were in a clandestine relationship. Carol had confessed all to Dwight prior to the shooting. Detective Evan A. Wilson testified that Sherman had told his mother earlier that day, I feel like going to Armstrong's home and stomping him. En route that Sunday, Dwight stopped the car and threatened Carol as they talked over her infidelity. He said he ought to kill her as he couldn't live without her. Carol discovered Dwight had a pistol in his coat and she took it and placed it under her car seat. But when they arrived at William's home, he demanded to return her the gun. Such was his manner, she said, I was afraid not to give it to him. Dwight had agreed to forget her past indiscretions. So Carol asked Dwight, "Why have you got the gun?" Dwight never replied. The detective was stopped from giving further evidence after the defence had requested that the press and public be removed from the courtroom. Judge McCarthy warned the jury to disregard testimony regarding the reported love triangle involving Dwight, Carol and William. He found there was insufficient evidence to proceed with the first-degree murder trial, so the charge was reduced to involuntary manslaughter. Wednesday the 1st of May 1957. After a 2.5-hour deliberation by 9 women and 3 men, Sherman was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter, which carries a 1 to 10-year sentence. Dwight sat impassive and clutched his pocket-sized Bible as the verdict was given. He was released on a $2,500 bond. Tuesday the 7th of May 1957. Dwight was sentenced from 2 to 7 years. He could be out in 1 year with good behaviour. Dwight showed neither relief nor consternation with the sentence. The closing statement for the prosecution. Charles Stidham charged that Sherman had acted with reprehensible recklessness and had violated every rule of the Firearms Safety Act. The prosecution maintained it was a manufactured accident. John Flynn, defence attorney, argued Dwight was only guilty of a moment of inadvertence and argued for probation. Judge McCarthy, rejecting the plea, added he was satisfied the jury had found Dwight guilty of criminal negligence in William's death. He added the background to the case was not at all commendable.
But, baby, don't let them tell you I'm too young.
Such a pretty baby. So young, my teenage love, so young, my darling.
Oh, baby.
Oh, how I desire your lips warm as fire, and the thrill when you're near me.
My baby.
As our love may grow, it will hurt me, I know, for our love can never be.
Oh,
sweetheart, I want you so bad. This love is driving me mad, but what can I do? So young, too young, that's what they tell me.
oh, baby.
Oh, I know that I'll cry, and I know that I'll die when they take you away from me.
Such a pretty baby.
I'm feeling so blue, for I know that it's true, I can never have you. Sweetheart, I want you so bad. This love is driving me mad, but what can I do? So young, too young, that's what they tell me.
Oh, baby.
Oh, I know that I'll cry, and I know that I'll die when they take you away from me.
Such a pretty baby.
I'm feeling so blue, for I know that it's true, I can never have you.
Oh, baby.
Well, I dreamed of heaven and I saw my baby there. I dreamed of heaven and I saw my baby there. Brown hair and white teeth and cold black curly hair. Well, it's a hard, 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 a hard, hard skill. I jump. My baby's kisses taste like cherry pie. Yeah, my baby's kisses taste like cherry pie. Well, happy can be. Yeah, I'm just as happy as can be. But I love my baby, but she's so far from me. But it's hard, 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 it's hard, 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 it's hard, 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 it's hard, 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 it's hard. Go, man. Yeah, my baby sweet, sweet as she can be. Yeah, my baby